It's time for Mom Me Time favorites for the month of October. Hi everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. I know that I forgot to post these Mom Me Time favorites last month, so for those of you who have been expecting them, I'm sorry. I would love it if more people joined in. I know there's a lot of mommy favorites videos out there, but a lot of them have to do with our children, which is great because, you know, a lot of our time is spent taking care of our children. But the purpose of this open collab is to encourage us to think about what's been making us happy as a separate part of life. And I've been hearing a lot from some of the moms doing this collab that it's so hard to find 3 things that have just been about them for the month. And I don't think that should be true. I think it should be 3 things are not that many. So if you can find a podcast that you've been enjoying, or a TV show, or sitting outside on your porch and drinking coffee in the morning, those count as Mom Me Time favorites. But my purpose for doing this collab is to encourage us to focus on ourselves a little bit and our self-care. So what I want us to share here are basically things that are fulfilling us as people, as women, as independent entities apart from our children and our family rearing side. And I know it's very hard sometimes to parse out those different parts of our personality, but I think we can do it if we try. And for me personally, sort of doing the mental exercise of finding out what has been making me happy this month or what kinds of things I'd like to share with you, it's a really nice, reflective, gratitude-producing exercise in and of itself. Because surely we are more than simply mothers, and not that there's anything simple about that, but we are more than just wives and moms. We existed before any of those roles, and we should take the time to honor who we actually are also. In any case, speaking of that, one of the things I've been enjoying the most this month is this. And this is a little waterproof Bluetooth speaker, and it's just made by Amazon Basics. I'll link it down below. But it is super inexpensive. I think I got it for $15, and it's a little bit heavy. It has a little, what are these called? Carabiners on it, so you can hook it up to anything, like, you know, the side of your purse or a stroller or whatever. I use it for the shower though, because it's waterproof. So I like to listen to podcasts in the shower, and for a while now, you guys, I've been doing this shady thing of leaving the shower door slightly open. It's like a glass shower door, and just propping up my phone on the wall near the shower door and hoping for the best, and just trying to hear it over the shower spray. And I did that for like a year before springing for my $15 speaker, but it has been a godsend. And I just hang it on the one of those little shower, you know, suction cup things for hooks for like your loofah or whatever. And it has a volume control right here, and all the buttons have different raised sort of buttons on them, so even if you're blind in the shower like I am, you can still feel out what will increase the volume and what will decrease it, which I really appreciate. It also has a little auxiliary cord attachment or connection right there if you wanted to do it that way. But it's worked wonderfully for me for 15 bucks. I mean, it has changed my life because now I can shower warm with the door closed. That is my first thing. My second thing is back to deodorant. And if you've been watching these for a while, you know that I mentioned Schmidt's deodorant, like organic natural deodorant, a while back. And I used to buy the jarred variety. It came in this little glass jar with a spatula, and you would have to dig out the deodorant, like a pea-sized amount, and rub it in. And that worked wonderfully for me. But Schmidt's has come out with stick versions. And now that I finished the jar one, I wanted to try them out. And I tried out 2. My Old Faithful, the one I used to get in the jar, lavender and sage one, works perfectly. Great, very convenient to apply now. I infinitely prefer it to the jar, just for ease of application. And then they also have this one, this charcoal and magnesium one, which I adore. Now, the only issue with the charcoal and magnesium one, here, let me show you what it looks like. It's like gray. So when you put it under your arms, sometimes you can get this little gray pilling. And if you're wearing like a sleeveless top or something, I don't know about you guys, but I have a little bit of fatty armpits. So there's little wrinkles in there, and sometimes the deodorant kind of collects in there. This is probably TMI, but you're my friend, so I'm just gonna share. And so I don't like it because it's got this gray shade and it looks really gray. Whereas a lot of the whiter or clearer deodorants they just sort of blend into my skin color and it doesn't really matter. But that's the only issue with this. So in general, I use this when I know I'm going to be outside for a while, or I just need a little heavy duty protection. I think personally, because of this ratio that they've changed with the charcoal and magnesium, that it's a little less irritating than the amount of baking soda they have in the other one. So if you've had a problem with natural deodorant because of the baking soda concentration, you might want to try this one. It's really, really effective. And the main ingredient in all of these is arrowroot powder, coconut oil, shea butter, baking soda, fractionated coconut oil, some wax, jojoba seed oil, magnesium hydroxide in this one, activated charcoal in this one, and natural fragrance and some vitamin E. In the other one, you have, let's see, arrowroot powder, coconut oil, wax, shea butter, baking soda, fractionated coconut oil, jojoba seed oil, lavender essential oil, clary sage essential oil, and some vitamin E as well. So slightly different proportions of ingredients, and I think this one's slightly less irritating, though you get that little gray pilling effect. But I recommended this at one of the homeschool play group things that we had, and a bunch of moms came in later and said that they loved it. And occasionally you see these at my Target, not all the time, it's very weird, but I haven't seen this one at my Target yet, so you might want to get it off of Amazon or their website. Another thing I've been loving for fall is a product by Drunk Elephant for my face, and it is their virgin marula oil. You can now get marula oil cheaper from other sources, but I've actually just really enjoyed this one. This is a little bit pricey. I think it's like $70 or something. It lasts quite a bit though. It's 30 milliliters and you only need 2 or 3 drops for your face. In the fall, I use it in the morning and in the nighttime, and for winter as well. In the spring and the summer, I use it just at nighttime. But generally after I wash my face and do any toning or anything fancy that I'm going to do, this is the first thing I put on after that, and it just kind of soothes my face in general. I have sensitive skin, more emotionally reactive than anything else, but in general, it's sort of on the dry, sensitive side. And I find this to be really quickly absorbing and just really moisturizing, and it just calms my face down. So this is a holy grail item for me. I'm never without it. I even travel with it. And when I travel with it, I generally take it as my sole kind of moisturizer, just for ease of use. But it is their Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil, and it is so comforting. It says that it's rich in critical antioxidants and omegas 9 and 6. It hydrates while restoring a youthful glow, and I definitely have seen a difference in my skin since using it. I've tried a variety of facial oils before this one, and I did not like them as much. So some of them that I tried were from just drugstore brands, which I didn't like at all because they were kind of sensitizing. They were like highly fragranced and I didn't like them. So I also tried Juno and Artemis and I believe one other one from Sunday Riley, and I wasn't as fond of them. They didn't soothe my skin as much and they didn't absorb as quickly. This marula oil, on the other hand, is just so soothing to my skin that I love it. So definitely recommend this. Another one of my favorites for this month is definitely this book, The Soul of an Octopus. I mentioned it in my book tag video that I wanted to read it, and I'm so happy that I did. It is such a beautiful book. If you're reading or learning about the oceans or anything with your children, it's a really good read aloud too. They actually did this cute little feature where here in the bottom, you have this little animation when you flip through the book of octopus. You learn all these fascinating things about the anatomy of an octopus, the physiology of an octopus, how they interact with each other and with the world around them, and all the infinite variety of different octopuses. The fact that the plural of octopus is octopuses and not octopi, as I had thought my entire life. And I actually think it's a great read aloud for anywhere from upper elementary on. Such a wonderful book, and I would find myself reading aloud passages to my husband and he would say, like, read more, this is so interesting. So super fun. Last but not least is chocolate. Now, you know I'm not a chocolate person, but this defies my not love of chocolate because it's by Kirkland, it's at Costco, and they're just milk chocolate raisins. I like Raisinets as much as the next person. I'll buy them at the movie theater, but I'm not gaga for Raisinets. These are amazing. For one thing, I don't know if you can see, but they're way bigger than Raisinets and they have a lot more chocolate surrounding the raisin, and the chocolate itself is much nicer. The only thing in my opinion that could make this better is if they did slightly dark chocolate covered raisins. These are solidly milk chocolate, but they are delicious and I go through them way too fast. But I also give them to my children for dessert. So yeah, they are just delicious. And literally my mouth is watering from holding the jar. And I think I'm getting this like Pavlov effect from hearing the sound of them. Like I hear the sound and I'm like, I must have one. Anyway, you guys, those are my favorites for the month of October. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you want to join in, please do. It's an open collaboration and I will try to add you to the playlist. It's just one growing playlist of things that moms are enjoying for themselves, to enrich themselves. I encourage you to take the time for yourself. I am terrible at it. This video collab series is sort of a way of keeping myself accountable and just, you know, taking care of myself as well and not feeling ashamed for doing it. I wish you guys all the very best day, and please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching.